Have you ever felt busy, but not clear? Like you're moving along, sometimes at warp speed, making decisions left and right, showing up where you need to be. But somewhere inside, you're unsure where it's all leading. It's a strange feeling, right? You're not stuck exactly, but you're not aligned either. Today's inner weather forecast is vision, not just goals, not productivity, but the deeper clarity that quietly guides your direction in life. There's a difference between movement and direction. You can move quickly and still feel lost. You can accomplish tasks and still feel disconnected. Without vision, even progress can feel empty. Vision is not about seeing the entire future mapped out perfectly. No one has a crystal ball. It's more about knowing what matters enough to guide your next step with confidence. It's about having a sense of internal direction, something steady beneath the noise of daily demands. When vision is unclear, everything feels heavier. Decisions become exhausting, and there never seems to be enough time. Small obstacles feel like major detours, and frustration builds. You second-guess yourself more often. You compare more. You hesitate more. Because without a clear inner compass, every option feels equally uncertain. And you may even be moving so fast for so long that you become sick or get sick often. That's your system telling you to slow down. Vision simplifies this. It doesn't eliminate difficulty. It eliminates confusion. When you have vision, you may still face setbacks, but you understand why you're continuing. You understand what you're building. You understand who you're becoming. This is inner weather, where we pay attention to the emotional climate within us and strengthen the clarity that helps us move forward. Sometimes we lose vision gradually, not because we failed, not because we gave up, but because life became loud. Responsibilities multiplied, expectations grew, survival replaced intention. You start reacting instead of choosing. You start maintaining instead of building. You start drifting instead of directing. Vision asks you to pause and look inward before you look ahead. Ask yourself these questions. What kind of person am I becoming through my daily choices? What direction are my habits pointing? What future am I quietly constructing with today's decisions? Vision is less about ambition and more about alignment. It's not simply asking, what do I want to achieve? It's asking, what kind of life feels true to me? Without vision, it's easy to chase what looks impressive. With vision, you pursue what feels meaningful. And when that happens, our time isn't wasted being stressed out or run down. There's also subtle confidence that grows when your vision is clear. Not loud confidence, not performative certainty, but grounded assurance. You no longer need constant validation because you understand your path. You don't need everyone to agree because you've already aligned internally. Vision reduces comparison, which is never a good idea. When you know your direction, someone else's pace doesn't threaten you. Someone else's success doesn't diminish you. Their road is theirs. Yours is yours. Let's all agree to stay in our own lanes and focus on ourselves. Vision also protects your energy. Without it, you say yes too often. You commit to things that drain you or overcommit and stack your days. You invest time in paths that don't reflect who you are becoming. But when your vision is defined, decisions become clearer. Opportunities are filtered. Distractions lose power. Besides, not everything is a yes. You begin asking, does this move me toward the life I want to build, or away from it? That single question can change everything. Vision does not require you to have every detail planned. It requires you to have direction. Think of it like navigating through fog. You may not see miles ahead, but you can see enough for the next step. And that is enough. Sometimes the reason you feel restless is not because you are incapable, but because your vision has outgrown your current routine. Growth often begins as discomfort, a quiet awareness that you are meant to expand, adjust, refine. In essence, it's time for a change, and that's a good thing. Vision invites you to listen to that awareness. It asks you to imagine a version of your life that reflects your values more clearly. A version where your time, energy, and attention are aligned with what truly matters to you. Not what impresses others, not what avoids criticism, not what simply maintains comfort, but what builds meaning. And here is something important. Vision is not only about the future, it changes the present. When you are connected to your direction, even small tasks feel purposeful. Ordinary days feel intentional. Effort feels connected to something larger. Without vision, discipline feels like restriction. With vision, discipline feels like devotion. You are not depriving yourself. You are directing yourself and guarding your energy. There will be seasons when your vision feels sharp and seasons when it feels blurry. That's normal. Clarity is not constant. It requires reflection. It requires recalibration. If you're feeling unclear right now, don't panic. Instead, slow down. This is a recurring suggestion on this channel, to slow down, get quiet, and ask yourself questions like, what do I want my days to stand for? Or, what kind of character do I want to embody? Or, what would feel meaningful 5 years from now, even if no one applauds it? Vision becomes clearer when you shift from performance to purpose. And isn't it important to have that purpose-driven life? Yes. And sometimes, reclaiming vision is less about adding something new and more about removing what distracts you. Removing expectations that aren't yours. Removing comparisons that distort your focus. Removing commitments that dilute your direction. Basically, doing less. You know the phrase, less is more. It's true. Clarity often arrives after subtraction. Vision also builds resilience. When challenges arise, and they will, vision reminds you why you began. It anchors you during discouragement. It steadies you during delay. It prevents temporary frustration from becoming permanent surrender. You may adjust the path. You may pivot the strategy. But you don't abandon the deeper direction. And here's the quiet truth. You don't need a grand, dramatic life vision to begin. You need a sincere one. A simple commitment to becoming more intentional, more aligned, more aware. More of what you want from your precious life. Vision can start small. Maybe it's choosing presence over distraction. Maybe it's prioritizing health over convenience. Maybe it's building something creative, quietly and consistently. Maybe it's becoming a steadier, kinder version of yourself. Vision is personal. It doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. If you've been feeling scattered, unfocused, or uncertain, consider that it may not be motivation you're missing. It may be clarity. And clarity doesn't come from rushing. It comes from reflection. Take time to imagine the direction you want your life to move in. Not just this week, but long term. Where do you want to be in 1 year? 2 years? 5 years? Or even 10 years? Let that image guide small, practical choices. You don't have to overhaul everything overnight. Just align one decision at a time. Vision grows stronger when it is acted upon. Each small aligned action reinforces it. Each intentional choice sharpens it. Over time, what once felt distant becomes familiar. What once felt uncertain becomes steady. And slowly, your inner weather shifts from confusion to confidence. Thank you for spending this time with me and with yourself. If this reflection helped you reconnect with your direction, stay connected by subscribing and join me for the next forecast. Inner weather changes, clarity returns, and even in uncertain seasons, direction can be rediscovered anytime. Until next time, move with intention, move with awareness, and trust that the path becomes clearer as you walk it.